One of the most mysterious and gruesome crimes was discovered on July 31st in 2001 when passers-by found a tied-up duvet cover with leopard print that had been weighed down with a parasol stand at the riverbank of the Main, a historically famous river in Germany. Inside the bundle was the body of a teenage girl, weighing roughly more than 84 pounds. The identity of the Mainmädchen remains a mystery to this day, but one question stuck around since she was found on that summer day in 2001. Was the girl a modern-day slave? It was around 2:50 p.m. when the duvet containing the remains of the Mainmädchen was found at the riverbank in Nied, a district of the city Frankfurt am Main in Germany. Since the Main is a river in Germany and the term Mädchen means girl in German, I will from now on refer to her as the Maingirl for the entirety of the remaining video. Back then, no one suspected that this gruesome crime would stay unsolved for more than 20 years, and to this day, the police has still no clue who committed the crime and why. When she was found, the Maingirl was only 5'2" or 157 centimeters tall, weighing roughly around 84 pounds, meaning she was severely underweight. Her age was estimated to be between 15 or 16, but that she probably looked 2 years younger. She was laying in a fetal position, legs pressed against her chest, arms close to the upper torso. Her entire body showed a variety of serious injuries, suggesting she had been severely abused for several years while never receiving medical care. Both arms were misaligned because of field fractures. She had many elongated scars on her legs, torso and forehead and had probably been tortured with cigarettes, leaving burn scars all over her face and body. Because of the ongoing abuse, she developed a cauliflower ear on the left side of her head. For those of you who don't know, a cauliflower ear is an irreversible condition which occurs when the external part of the ear gets hit and develops a blood clot or other collection of fluid under the skin. Not going into too much detail here, as a result, the outer ear becomes permanently swollen and deformed, resembling a cauliflower. Her hair was dark brown, around 12 inches or 30 centimeters long. Her eye color couldn't even be identified anymore. Both ears as well as one nostril were pierced. The girl's teeth had never received any dental treatment and her wisdom teeth hadn't developed yet. She wasn't a virgin anymore and there were no signs of a pregnancy nor genital injuries. At this point of the video, I think it is necessary to state a trigger warning, because I'm about to show you an unpixelated photo of the girl's face, which can also be found on the police's website, linked in the description box below. If you feel uncomfortable looking at images of that sort, look at the screen when hearing my voice again. The photo will have disappeared by then. The Maingirl had been laying in the water between 12 and 24 hours before her body was discovered. Blunt force, possibly hard kicks against her stomach and chest, had caused her ribs to break in 2 locations that had injured the lung and spleen not more than 3 days before the discovery, resulting in the Maingirl's death. Afterwards, the body had been wrapped in a knotted terry towel, put in the leopard print duvet, and was then weighed down with a white parasol stand, thrown into the Main. Investigations detected that the perpetrator probably disposed of her body between the Griesheimer Staustufe and the Wörthspitze. A first clue were 2 scarf-like objects, which were knotted around the duvet, keeping the body inside. One was white, the other one with vertical white and violet stripes. They were later identified as nalas, which are fabric belts mostly worn in Pakistan and Afghanistan. Therefore, police suspects that the girl originated from the Pakistani-Afghan border area. This is a drawing of what the Maingirl might have looked like when she was still alive. An isotope analysis concluded that the girl must have lived in the Rhine-Main area for years, possibly Germany, the Netherlands, Austria, or Switzerland. One theory states that the girl might have lived in a foster or adoptive family. A second theory postulates she might have worked as a, quote, servant because there have been more cases of girls who were tormented by their employers and therefore fled. To me, taking her young age, no clue regarding her identity, and awful state of health into account, the term modern-day slave seems much more applicable to the case of the Maingirl. Apart from this, investigations at the time missed the mark. Since there were no clues as to how the Maingirl entered Germany, it can't be ruled out she came to Germany via diplomatic circles. This makes it even harder to determine the girl's identity, since diplomats enjoy diplomatic immunity, meaning they can't be subjects to criminal proceedings. And since a girl with severe scars on her forehead and severe physical injuries would have drawn attention to herself, I can't help but ask myself, was she ever allowed to go outside? Or was she kept in what could have only been a prison to her until she was murdered? Honestly, I wouldn't be too optimistic. Even though the reward is as high as 10,000 euros, equaling around 10,500 US dollars, the police has received only a couple of hundred hints as to the Maingirl's identity and what could have possibly happened to her. If a German child disappears, we usually get 200 hints per day, a policeman stated. I hope this video makes a change, even if it's just a small one. Investigators went as far as putting up posters in Afghanistan, Pakistan, and North India, especially in churches and youth centers, searching for the Maingirl in German, Turkish, Arabic, as well as Farsi, Urdu, Dari, and Pashto. Simultaneously, they looked for women in Germany from these cultural groups. When one woman replied, "Why are you making such a big deal out of this? It's just some girl," investigators realized that not everyone cares if an innocent girl gets murdered. Nowadays, a few flowers and candles are the only things that remind the visitors of the Heiligenstock graveyard of the Maingirl's unworthy destiny. The investigators made sure with their donations that the Maingirl found her final resting place because they were so deeply touched by her violent death. Her tombstone reads the true but sad inscription, "Unknown girl found on July 31st, 2001 in the Main." Even more than 20 years after the crime, the Maingirl's identity still remains a mystery. I have been interested in true crime for quite some time, but this case stuck with me for several years now, and I am glad to contribute a small piece to the puzzle by sharing this video with all of you. My most important intention when creating this video was to show that the Maingirl wasn't just some girl like one of the women said, and that her story needs to be heard, so that she can stay in the minds of the living. If you have any clue regarding the Maingirl's identity, small hints as to what could have happened to her, or ideas regarding the theories presented, share them in the comment section below. And if you have any knowledge which could help the investigations, please contact the police so that this cold case hopefully gets solved after all. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, comment, like if you liked the video, and I will hopefully see you in my next one.